Welcome to another episode of the
Clutch Power Show.
We're your hosts, Veronica Clutch.
And I'm Rick Powers.
Join us as we travel across the world searching for hidden treasure, long-lost civilizations, and mysterious artifacts. In this season, we'll be embarking on yet another epic adventure as we follow in the footsteps of the famed medieval knight, Sir Baldric of Peru.
Cut. Sorry, the bird over your shoulder just ruined the take.
You know what, Rick? I can't do another take. I need a break.
Why? What's wrong? The droppings didn't hit you, right?
They did, but it's not that. I've been thinking about the sword, Rick. What if it's not real? What if it's not out there and we can't find it? You know, maybe Broomsby from the Adventurers Club is right. Maybe I'm just a fake and a failure.
Don't say things like that. Broomsby is never right. The sword is real, and we will find it. We have to. We have to.
You're right, Rick. We'll do whatever it takes. Broomsby is probably just jealous because Clovis Studios wants to make a movie about us and not him. But, that will all depend on what this director Boimler thinks. But, on the other hand, those manuscripts from Dr. Baldwin did seem pretty promising.
Yeah. Speaking of which, where is he? Does nobody value being on time anymore?
Dr. Baldwin, if it isn't the man of the hour himself.
Miss Clutch, I presume. I'm very excited to begin. We'll be leaving immediately, I hope?
We're still waiting on a few more guests to arrive.
Guests? Surely you mean crew?
No, Veronica and I are the only crew you'll meet here.
Mr. Powers, I was under the impression that this was a private and exclusive expedition with just us and your team of experts.
No worries, Doc. Rick and I are more than enough experts for this trip. And as far as the other guests, you'll barely even notice they're here.
Oh, I'm not too late, am I? This is the boat for the Clutch Power Show, right?
Sure is.
Oh, thank goodness.
Sorry, who are you?
Oh, I'm Perry. Perry Ferguson.
The archaeologist?
One and the same. Sorry I'm late. Some tourists on a Segway started swimming in a pond and caused a bunch of traffic. Ugh, I thought I'd never make it in time.
Well, we're glad you could join us, Miss Ferguson. Rick and I are huge fans of your work.
Wait! Wait for me! Wait! Oh, so sorry I'm late. Traffic was horrible on the way here. I barely made it.
Oh, great. Now who's this?
Oh, where are my manners? I'm Dave Basson. You probably know me as Dave the Cheese Wizard, or Cheese Whiz. You can just call me Dave.
I beg your pardon?
You don't know who I am? I have a world-famous cheese-making YouTube channel.
Cheese making?
Yep, as much as I love it, it is a pretty cutthroat world. So I'm taking a much-needed vacation from it all.
I guess it's pretty cool. Well, I personally love Velveeta. Oh, it's so good.
So nice to meet you.
Guten Tag, everybody! This is her.
Me,
Come on, Rick. Act film-worthy. Look good. You must be Director Boimler. Madam, it is an honor to have you aboard our humble ship. Oh,
May I take your luggage for you, ma'am?
Oh, yeah, danke schön. You know, you would not believe the day I've been having. First, let me tell you, I stepped on an orchid. It was probably poisonous, Yeah, you should get that looked at. It could be the orchids. They are everywhere. Yeah, and then anyway, next, when I was on my Segway tour of the city, I fell into a pond and I could not get out. There I was in the mud. All the cars were honking at me, all the people screaming at me, as you can imagine. It caused quite the delay.
That sounds like quite the experience.
Well, we're glad that you finally made it here, all in one piece.
Now, is there anyone else we should be expecting?
No. Our other guest arrived yesterday, and it's sad we've been sick in his cabin ever since. It's not from the boat, okay? He ate something poor beforehand. It's not from the boat.
Don't even worry about him. Now that we are all here, let's get down to business, shall we? Rick, you ready?
Yep, ready when you are.
We are about to set sail on the adventure of a lifetime as we follow in the footsteps of the famed medieval knight, Sir Baldric of Peru. Now, Baldy here was known for his great strength and bravery, and history tells us that Queen Celestine herself sent him on a quest to find the legendary Sword in the Stone. Unfortunately, he disappears from the pages of history shortly into his journey, but the last recorded mentions of him show that he came to this part of the world. What happened to Sir Baldric? Did he find the sword that even then was half considered a myth? There's only one way to find out, and that is to find it. Joining us on our expedition is a direct descendant of Sir Baldric himself, Dr. Cedric Baldwin. Doc, please tell the viewers a little bit about your great-grandpappy.
Well, Baldric the Strong was my great.
Look, we're already running out of time. And we're already running late because of some people.
Just stick to the script, okay?
Yeah.
Action!
Hidden for a long time, deep in the bowels of the Baldwin family estate, were letters between Queen Celestine and Sir Baldric detailing his plan and route for a journey. After hearing about your recent discovery of a map, it finally seemed that we had all the pieces to fulfill my ancestor's dream.
Well, Doc, that's just fascinating. Now, with these manuscripts and a little
Clutch power!
we'll be able to find the sword in no time.
Clutch power?
Nah, it's a little thing that Rick and I have always done for the show. It's like a tradition now, you know?
How about you? Do you believe in that kind of stuff?
In what? Clutch power!
No, more like, spooky mummy curses, mythical treasures, that kind of thing.
Well, plenty of myths and legends just need some searching to find truth. But as far as curses go, the only curse I believe in is the curse of sin and its effect on the world.
The what?
Well, you see, when God first created the world, everything was perfect. There was nothing bad. It was only after Adam and Eve sinned that they cursed and corrupted God's perfect creation.
And as far as the sword and the stone only being a myth, I don't believe that for 1 second. I mean, come on. Snorri the Elder even mentions it in his historical texts. I think that sword is as real as you and I intend for us to find it. Now, Captain, weigh anchor and bring me that horizon.
Good morning, Mr. Dyson. Miss Ferguson, I trust you all slept well?
Actually, I barely slept a wink. The boat kept making these clanking noises at night.
I'm sure it's fine. Probably just the old pipes.
I did notice the boat is looking a little old. I would have thought that the Clutch Power Show would have had the budget for something a little nicer. The wallpaper in my cabin is peeling hard, and all the bathroom towels are loose. Good morning, everyone.
Mr. Powers, perfect timing. I was hoping to speak to you about today's plans.
Exactly. What is for breakfast? I am so hungry I can eat an entire wheel of Parmesan. What has a guy got to do to get some room service around here?
Room service? There's no room service. No fancy cheese wheels either. Here on the Clutch Power Show, it's the real roughing experience.
Oh, that is ridiculous. Surely, when the cameras are not rolling, you must have staff catering 24/7.
Nope, sorry. No staff, no cheese, and definitely no room service. But I can give you one of my world-famous granola bars to hold you over until lunch.
No cheese! But the cheese makes it!
Clutch? This expired 2 years ago.
Hey, that's practically brand new around here. Clutch must really like you guys. I'm jealous.
Nothing but the best for our esteemed guests.
Wow, thanks.
This is going to be the best week ever.
What? Don't be like that. Look, if we're ready, we can get started, okay? I mean, there's treasure out there, just waiting for us to find it.
I'd rather find something to eat.
Oh, come on, Cheese Whiz. You can eat food any old day. But today, we'll feast on adventure. Rick, roll film. We'll start today's trek over here before hiking to the lagoon on the east side.
Now, according to the records left behind by my great.
Oh, please, Herr Doctor, spare us not again.
Sorry, the records pertaining to my ancestor, Sir Baldric. He took with him what is now known as the treasure of Esperonia. The goal of his mission was to locate the legendary Sword of the Stone, and an expedition of that magnitude would have required a substantial amount of funding.
Oh, somebody, please tell me, what is this guy blabbering on about?
He's just explaining that Baldric had to take a lot of money and treasure on the quest with him.
A lot of money and treasure that was never found.
Exactly. The inventory from the trip shows that with him, Sir Baldric took 4 chestfuls of gold coins. These days, it's incredibly rare to find Inspironian gold, and
So, when a colleague of Rick and ours reached out to us recently after finding some Inspironian gold in a fossil dig right where Baldric was last known to be seen.
Well, it didn't take a genius to figure out where we'd start looking.
But fossils in the jungle? I thought they were only found in like deserts or something.
No, you'll find fossils all over the place. Clutch, remember that time when we found those fish fossils up at the top of that mountain?
Oh, sure do. Oh, please, don't be ridiculous. How could the fishies climb to the top of the mountain?
Well, have you ever heard of Noah's Ark? Over 4,000 years ago, everyone in the earth was so corrupt, except one man, Noah, and his family, that God chose to judge their corruption with a worldwide catastrophic flood. The Bible says that at this time, the water was even higher than the hills.
But aren't those just made up stories, kind of like legends?
No, not at all. In fact, archaeologists have found many things proving what the Bible mentions. Cool stuff like the signet rings of kings, the walls of Jericho, and even Bible scrolls.
You know, even Rick and I, on one of our own adventures, we actually found some
we
evidence.
don't have time for this. Can you guys stop blabbering and get on with it, you mind hands? We're on a tight schedule. I can't believe this.
Okay, Doc, yeah, why don't you guys go on up ahead? Rick and I will join you later. Rick, did you take care of our guest below deck?
Yep, he won't be giving us any problems anytime soon.
Good, come on, we can't take any chances. All right, let's scram, go. Look, guys, I know you're disappointed, but in this line of work, not every clue is gonna pan out, kids. Just because we didn't find the treasure today, it doesn't mean we're through. Hopefully, the weather will be better again tomorrow, and we can try again.
But things always work out for you guys. You make it look so easy on TV.
Well, we only show the exciting parts on TV. Trust me, we've had plenty of disappointments of our own.
Really?
Really. In fact, this reminds me of when we were climbing that ziggurat with Johnny Thunder. You remember that, Rick?
Remember? How could I forget?
There we were. Cannibals to the left of us, ferociously hungry jaguars to the
Oh,
right of us.
will you just be quiet for once and give me the map? I mean, aren't we on a strict schedule? Do we really have time for all this chit-chat?
Really, Herr Doctor, you should know that dialogue is the most important part of filmmaking. You know, it cannot all be mindless action. And now, right as I was getting inspiration from my script, you ruined it all!
Fine. While you guys have fun socializing, you can find me in my cabin when we're actually ready to look for the actual treasure.
That was weird.
I know, he's always so pleasant.
Well, I guess that plank on the bridge breaking under him must have really upset him.
Yeah.
You know, I think I will go and talk to him. You know, perhaps he is a man of reason. He will listen to me and see sense. And I will use him as inspiration for the new arch nemesis villain in my script.
Oh, come on. All right. What is with her? First, get this. She wants to write Rick as a blonde. And now making Dr. Baldwin, of all people, the arch nemesis? Do they not care about making movies historically accurate at all these days?
I don't know. I just hope that if she talks to him, she doesn't agitate him any more than he already is.
I know, the doctor seems really upset.
Yeah. I mean, I remember the first time I had a bridge break under me. I was shaking for a week. Still am.
That was really bad. Oh, and that reminds me, we didn't finish telling you about the ziggurat. IRS agents to the left of us, lions to the right of us. Let me tell you, brother, I have never been so terrified in my life.
That's cool, but what's a ziggurat?
It's similar to a pyramid, an ancient structure built in ancient times.
It's actually the reason that I'm here on this trip. You see, satellite imaging has revealed the ruins of the ziggurat not far from here. I came to do some more research on them. Some people may even believe them to be the Tower of Babel itself.
Oh. And what's the Tower of Babel again? I'm sorry.
Well, the Bible tells us that God instructed Noah's descendants to spread out across the land. However, they disobeyed and stayed together in one spot, building a tall tower that they hoped would help keep them all together. The Tower of Babel.
And when the Lord saw their disobedience, he confused their language. So instead of speaking one language, they suddenly spoke many and couldn't understand each other.
Since they couldn't communicate, well, they had to spread out across the world. And that's where we get the beginning of different languages. And even why people look different despite all coming from the same ancestors. You see, over time, certain characteristics like skin shade, eyes, nose shape, hair type were passed down from parents to their kids, and each people grew.
I need your assistance. Please come quickly. There is a tent in my fire. No, there is a fire in my tent. Come quick. And the toilets. Both the toilets are overflowing. I need your help. Come quickly.
All right, we gotta take care of this. I'll finish that story later. Why does she even have a tent in her cabin?
I knew that there was something wrong with the plumbing.
You know, with how popular the show is, I would have thought they had a better budget for something like this.
Exactly. That's what I've been saying. Hungry.
Hey, while they're gone, do you want to go raid the kitchen for some snacks?
Good idea.
Come on, what could it be? It has to be around here somewhere.
All right, everybody, crisis averted. All right, we've got it. Hey, where is everyone? Guys. Dr. Baldwin, I didn't see you there.
Yes, Miss Clutch, I came back to apologize for my behavior earlier.
Look, Doc, no worries. Don't even think about it. You know, I'm sure that bridge incident earlier must have given you quite the shock. I mean, it is your first adventure after all.
It really did. I was hoping to speak to you about something else.
Sure, what's up, Doc?
You mentioned earlier you had a map pertaining to my great...
Dr. Baldwin, please.
Sorry. Pertaining to my ancestor, Sir Baldric. I'd like to have a look at it if you don't mind.
Oh, Doc, look, I know this quest means a lot to you, and it's very personal and everything, but I'm afraid I can't let you see it. No, look, it's nothing personal. It's just that part of the agreement between us and the museum loaning the map to us was that it stays safely locked away, and Rick and I are the only ones able to handle it. So it's not like I don't trust you or anything, it's just, you know, legally I can't.
Yes, of course, nothing personal. I understand.
Oh, good. Well, all right, it's an early morning tomorrow, so, are you coming?
I'll be done shortly. I'll just finish my tea.
All right, see you bright and early then.
Yep. Ha! Soon the charade will be over. I'll have what I came for, and no one will be any the wiser.
Wow, this place is amazing.
It even makes up for being chased by those monkeys on the way here.
Oh, speak for yourself. That was my favorite parade that those fiends snatched from me.
Rick, are you getting this all on camera?
Yep, I even got the director's monkey attack on camera too.
What exactly is this place?
It's a church, and there's an inscription here that says it was built by Sir Baldric himself.
Sir Baldric? So he did pass by this way.
Yeah, and he must have been here for some time to build something as wunderbar as this.
The inscription says that he stayed and built this church to minister to the people who helped him and his crew.
Wow, it really isn't just a legend after all.
Look, guys, these stained glass windows depict the most important events in history, so that even those who couldn't read the Bible could still learn the story of Jesus' birth, death, and resurrection.
Wow, there are stories in the windows?
Yep, we celebrate Christmas because over 2,000 years ago, God sent Jesus Christ, his perfect and only Son, to be born on earth, so that he could die on the cross and pay the punishment of death for our sins. But Jesus was not defeated by death. He rose 3 days after he was killed, proving that he has power over all things, even death, the final enemy.
And I believe that this is the final resting place of Sir Baldric himself.
What? What do you mean? He died?
Dr. Baldwin, with all due respect to your ancestor, he did live hundreds of years ago, you know.
Really, Herr Doctor, did you expect to find him alive? Please, don't be ridiculous.
But the What about the fountain?
I think
The
he's
fountain.
been out in the heat for a little too long.
Yeah, Doctor. Why don't we get you back to the cabin? Get you some water. You're looking a little dehydrated.
No, it can't be. Perhaps there's something missing. Maybe the archives are incomplete.
All right, yeah, Rick, take him back to the boat, please. In fact, I think we could all use with getting a drink of water right now. And maybe even a granola bar.
No!
Wait. The inscription here says that Baldrick's tomb isn't in the church, but nearby. It could even be implying that the sword is there marking the tomb.
So the sword is real. This is more exciting than pulling a freshly baked brie out of the oven. I can't wait.
You know, if this is anything to go by, it seems like it could be saying that the sword is still some trek away. But I'm going to have to take this back and compare it to the map, though, just to make sure.
You know, everything with you is just a little bit more. We never find anything in manuscript. I will get rid of all of these unnecessary journey montages, definitely get rid of the awful monkey chase, and we will cut right to X marks the spot.
You can't cut the monkey chase. That's practically the best part.
I know, and I thought you said it can't all be mindless action.
Oh, that is how it is, yeah? All right then. Well, now we will make the passenger characters into a bumbling oaf and a mute butler.
Hey!
All right, hey, look. I think we have all had enough excitement for today. Look, if we start to head back now, that should give us enough time to have a good meal, calm down, and rest up for tomorrow. I mean, after all, if we're going to be filming the grand reveal of the Sword in the Stone, we're going to want our beauty sleep.
I hope that by good meal you don't mean those horrible stale granola bars.
Hey, if we're going back the same way we came, maybe we could pick up some monkeys and make some monkey soup.
Oh, you people! You have no compassion for my poor nerves!
Welcome to another episode of the Clutch Power Show. I'm Veronica Clutch.
And I'm Rick Powers.
And we are wrapping up a week full of excitement and daring after embarking on a quest to find the long-lost Sword in the Stone. Armed with nothing but our wits and some clues discovered in ancient texts, we have successfully retraced the steps of the famed medieval knight, Sir Baldrick of Perun. Passing through unspeakable dangers and indescribable wonders, our journey finally ends here, at the tomb of Baldrick the Strong himself. It was here he lived out the rest of his days after discovering that the sword was in fact not merely a thing of myth. Ladies and gentlemen, I speak to you now as I stand here with Baldrick's direct descendant, as for the first time in hundreds of years, eyes will be laid upon the sword where it has remained undisturbed for centuries.
I can't believe it. It's really right here.
All of those expired granola bars I've been eating are worth it if they led to this moment.
We actually did it, Clutch. We found it.
This is truly wunderbar, but in manuscript, I will make it a little bigger, and I will add gems onto the handle.
Well, Doc, this must be a pretty big moment for you. Your ancestor was right, and so are you. Would you mind telling the camera, how are you feeling right now?
How am I feeling? How am I feeling?
Dr. Baldwin, are you alright?
Look at you. You all thought you were chasing after medieval legends and fairy tales. Oh no, the mighty Clutch of Powers had other ideas. Something much more valuable they were after for themselves. But you nitwits still have no idea. Do you?
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
You know, every time Herr Baldwin opens his mouth, he sounds like an unhinged actor that cannot stick to the script.
This wasn't about the sword. It never was. The cruise, the search, the whole thing was a fake.
What are you talking about?
Tell them, Miss Clutch. Why are you really here?
You don't have to say a thing, Clutch.
Tell them the truth.
What on earth is going on? When did this become a soap opera?
I just want to see if this goes down. This is spicier than some habanero gouda.
Okay, what is happening?
Tell them the truth!
All right, fine. Yes, it's all true. After most episodes, I don't camp out in the jungle for the real roughing it adventure experience. Rick, the crew, and I go back to a hotel, and the private chef makes omelets for us. I'm sorry, Rick. The truth is, the Clutch Power Show is failing. Our ratings have been steadily declining, and we were told if they didn't improve this season, we'd be canceled. So, you see, we had to find the sword. We needed a big break this year.
What? Don't play dumb with me. That's not at all what I was talking about. I don't know how you found out, but you know, don't you?
Found out about what?
The fountain. It must have been in that map of yours. The final destination was there, wasn't it?
There he goes with the fountain again.
Doctor, I have been trying to tell you there is nothing about a fountain anywhere on that map.
Impossible. I don't believe you came out here to find some oversized letter opener.
Wait. Dr. Baldwin really was the bad guy this entire time?
Yeah, darling, it's obvious. Doc, you've hurt me. I feel so betrayed. I trusted him. That's it. I feel so betrayed. Thank you, Dr. Baldwin.
Wait, what? I'm so confused right now.
Come on, Rick, think of it. A real live betrayal on national TV? The ratings are gonna go through the roof. I can see it now. The station's most views in decades. Smashing records left and right. The Clutch Power Show. Doc, I think you were the big break our show needed.
Wait. I thought you two were the bad guys.
What? Why would you think that?
I heard you two. You said that you took care of that guy downstairs and that he wouldn't be a problem anymore. What does that mean?
Yeah, took care of him. I gave him something for his upset stomach. What did you think I meant?
I thought you threw him overboard or something.
Are you kidding me? We would never do something like that.
Well, he still hasn't paid for the cruise yet. Cheapskate still owes us money.
Okay, can we get on with it maybe, and can somebody just take out the sword already?
So, this is your sword, you blackguard!
This is ridiculous. Now, who on earth is that?
The cheapskate! Our guest. Inspector No Clue. How are you feeling? Shouldn't you still be resting?
Resting? Ha! The Inspector No Clue is the perfect specimen of health. Except now, thanks to you, my head hurts.
Can we get back to the matter at hand, please?
Exactly. You see, as I was preparing a steam bath for my mustache, it is vital for mustache care, you know. Suddenly, I heard a creak. And then the ceiling was not up above, but on my head. And not just the ceiling, but the sword. It fell straight from above. I am fortunate. It did not harm me any more than it did.
Huh. That's funny. First we find a sword in stone, and now there's a sword in the ceiling. Such a coincidence. Clutch. No. Please tell me you did not bring a fake sword to hide and pretend that you found the real sword in the stone?
What? Of course not!
Fräulein Veronica, if this is true, I'm afraid I cannot sign film contract with you. Hollywood would never allow such a scandal.
What? Come on, that's ridiculous. Rick, you tell them.
I'm sorry, Clutch.
So it was Vicky Boy the whole time. What a plot twist.
Rick, I don't understand. How could you?
I had to. We would have been devastated if we came all the way out here and didn't find the sword. And the studio was going to cancel our show if we came back empty-handed. I know how much this quest means to you, Clutch. And how much my paycheck means to me! Please.
Oh, Rick, I'm so touched.
Oh, please. Rick, do you see here where this says Walmart? Do you actually think someone was going to fall for this cheap trick?
Okay, now this is getting predictable and cliche. Walmart. In my script, I think that David will be eaten by the gorillas.
Why me? Get rid of him!
Excuse me, I still wasn't finished here. So will you just get out of here if you're not going to be quiet and listen to me while I give my monologue?
I do not cough for my own amusement, monsieur.
Clutch and Powers, the ultimate treasure hunters. Ha! More like Clutch and Powers, the ultimate fools. All this time you thought you were chasing after some measly sword? No, I had my sights set on something so much higher, so much grander, so much longer lasting. The fountain of youth. No more aging, no more declining health, no more achy knees, no more back pain. A sword? You can keep it. I'll drink from the fountain and have what I came for. Forever.
Before you do that, monsieur, I really must warn you. The water here is not very delicious.
What? It was mine! It was for me! You fool! You frog!
Oh, ouch.
It's a shame, you know, that he chose to use his brilliance for rudeness instead of niceness.
And if only Dr. Baldwin had been paying attention this past week, he would have learned that he can live forever in a perfect place with no death, no sadness, and no back pain. And all without having to drink from some magical fountain.
Really? How?
Well, right now, we live in a cursed and fallen world, full of sin and suffering. The Bible tells us that God has promised not to leave his creation in this sinful state.
One day, God will do away with the corruption that Adam brought into the world. God sent his son Jesus to die from the cross and rise again, so that when we repent of our sins and believe in him, we can be with him in this perfect place forever.
Doctor, are you okay?
Huh? Who are you? Who are they? What's going on?
Rick, why don't you take the good doctor and get this man a granola bar?
Yeah, that's...
Oh, memory loss amnesia! This is brilliant! All right, didn't I think of it first?
Wait, does that mean that you're still going to sign up for that movie contract?
Oh yeah, Cheeseman, let me tell you, this cruise has been so inspirational for my new script. I will be in contact with my casting department as soon as we get back. You know, I have the perfect actor in mind for the lead role.
Well, you know, Rick and I are usually busy this time of year, but I'm sure we can work some...
Excuse me. You know, Inspector, I have never met someone so clearly born for stardom. Under my directing, of course, I know that we can harness the true power of your charisma. Please, I want you to play my new action hero, Clutch Powers.
What? Oh, come on. I mean, Clutch Powers isn't even one name.
Dankeschön. It is now.
Oh, wait until Rick hears about this.
Oh no. Am I still getting eaten by that gorilla?
Oh, yeah.
Inspector, you don't look too good. Do you feel any different after drinking from the Fountain of Youth?
The fountain? No, I don't think so. My stomach does hurt a little, I suppose.
Oh no, Inspector. You didn't eat any of Clutch's granola bars, did you know?
There is nothing wrong with my Cocoa Kringle granola bar. Thank you very much. You know, Inspector, it's probably because you had to go and, oh, look at him. You went and you drank that unfiltered jungle water. I can't believe you thought that was a good idea. I mean, who does that?
I was thirsty. There was a cup, and I needed a drink. What else was I supposed to do?
Inspector, you really are incredible. I don't know how you do it.
Well, it's not all that mysterious. You see, the key to growing a proper mustache is both product and confidence.
Well, whatever. Look, we're gonna have to inventory all of this treasure before we can start the ride home, so we've got a lot of work cut out for us. Especially you. Let's go.
Oh, do you think there's any sort of finder's fee or reward for us guests?
Oh, yeah, Cheese Whiz, I like that line of thinking. You know, maybe I can get some new props for the upcoming film.
Did she say work? On second thought, the fountain might not be agreeing with me after all. I'll just go wait in my room till you're done. Call me when you're ready for room service omelets!